Some guys just want to be the villain. Bill Laimbeer made a career out of being the villain. Kevin Garnett and Rasheed Wallace spent their entire careers terrorizing the NBA, and they loved it. Dennis Rodman's sole mission was to pester the other team into submission. Latrell Sprewell choked out his own coach. For better or for worse, the NBA needs a villain. Someone we can all rally together and root against. And right now, that villain is Dillon Brooks. Or at least, that's what he thinks. Because this season alone, Dillon Brooks has managed to become public enemy #1 by getting into fights with Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Edwards, Pascal Siakam, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, James Harden, 7'2", 300-pound Joel Embiid, half the Spurs roster, and Shannon freaking Sharp.
And the cameraman. My bad, I had to add that.
It's almost as if Dillon Brooks woke up one day and made a list of the greatest active NBA players and said, "F it, I'll take all of them." This has to be some sort of NBA record, a speed run on how to be unanimously despised by everyone. But of all the players Brooks decided to go after this season, of all the great players he provoked and pissed off on his way to 6 points and 3 rebounds on 38% shooting, I think Dillon Brooks missed.
No chance. I'm double checking that, Jimmy. No basketball reference, nigga. There's no way that's his stat line. No chance that nigga's stat line looks like that. No fucking chance. Nah, it's not. Oh, thank God. 14 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Okay.
The memo on LeBron James. Because this ain't the bear you want to poke. See, in the NBA, there is a fragile balance between how good a player is and the acceptable amount of annoyance they are
Yeah, that's a
granted.
fact.
Shout out to June Lee from ESPN for this concept because it explains this duality perfectly. Now, the better a player is, the more annoying he's allowed to be. For example, Joel Embiid is fairly annoying, but
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not. Why niggas saying that, bruh?
he's really good, so he's way above the threshold. Giannis isn't really annoying at all, and he's the best player in the league, so he's about as far above the threshold as you can get. Right next to Nikola Jokic. And most elite players around the league fall somewhere in this region. Guys like LeBron, Steph, Lillard, Tatum, Butler, really good, and just annoying enough.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, the placement on this map is like dumb accurate. Look, bro, that's DeAndre Ayton right there. I think that's DeJounte Murray, Karl Anthony Towns, Harden's low-key been getting less annoying over time. Everybody loves like Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant. Yo, this is dumb accurate. Luka's been gliding a little bit to the right recently, getting a little more annoying. I don't know why niggas starting to hate Luka all of a sudden, but this is all new. This season, niggas just immediately starting to hate Luka all of a sudden. It's random. But everybody loves Giannis. We could all agree on that.
Enough to make it fun. But this is a delicate thing to maintain. Because when you're good enough, you can be about as annoying as you want to be. Until you
Who's in the bottom? Pat Bev. God damn. Oh my God. Dwight Howard, Chris Paul.
you're not good enough and become unanimously insufferable. Ben Simmons is
Kyle
the
Lowry?
poster child for this phenomenon. But Draymond Green and Chris Paul have also fallen victim to this as well. Really annoying and slowly declining in ability as the years go along. Now, some players have actually had an opposite trajectory. Not that good and extremely annoying early on in their career, but as their game improved, their antics have decreased. The redemption arc. You love to see it. But some players have taken it upon themselves to be as annoying as humanly possible while refusing to hold up their end of the bargain. Instigators who have absolutely no reason to be the way they are. Players like Pat Bev, Marcus Morris, Tristan Thompson, and even going back in time, there's been some absolute villains throughout NBA history. And yet, somehow, Dillon Brooks has found a way to be worse than all of them. Never before have I seen a player who is as unanimously disliked as Dillon Brooks is. And of all the things the game has to offer, of all the ways he can make a difference and contribute to his team, poking the bear is his specialty. Even worse, he's not very good at that either. Because even the worst villains understand that there are some players you really don't want to piss off. They aren't fazed by your trash talk, but they will ruin you for trying it. These players are on the do not trash talk list. It's
LeBron.
an exclusive club, and once a player joins it, the league comes to a silent agreement to never slight, jab, or trash talk that player. Now, any player can break this agreement if they so choose, but not without severe consequence. Larry Bird would often get challengers brave enough to trash talk him, and the result
They get
was
shit
always
on.
the same.
Hey, get dropped, nigga.
And regret. Michael Jordan established his position on the do not trash talk list early on in his career, but that didn't stop the occasional lunatic from stepping out of line and testing him. Unfortunately for them, Michael had an unhealthy relationship with squashing marginal NBA talent into irrelevance. The result of this was always a career night for Jordan and a downward spiral of shame for the opposition. Kobe was MJ's successor on this list, and right when the league thought that no one was exempt from some competitive banter, Kobe picked up right where Jordan left off and never missed the opportunity to make another man regret his decision to pick up a basketball. How quickly can I make a man want to quit his profession? Well, let's find out. If you trash talk the players on this list, they won't just give it right back to you. They become obsessive, driven to make sure that you become acutely aware of the fact.
Bro, Richard Jefferson got the type of bald head you just want to grip with two hands, bro. Like just a good baldy, like a Steve Harvey, man.
Fact that you are inferior. It's psychotic, really. And among active players, LeBron is the natural successor to Kobe in this regard. Time and time again, over the course of LeBron's career, players have attempted to trash talk him, to get the best of him. And time again, LeBron is given no choice but to remind them exactly why that's the worst decision they've ever made on a basketball court. But unlike his predecessors, there's one thing missing about LeBron and his presence on the court. Fear. It's been said by countless players across generations that opposing players feared the likes of Bird and Mike and Kobe. But despite being the most daunting force of his generation, LeBron James isn't necessarily feared. At least that's what some players say. This idea that as great as LeBron is, he isn't the killer that those players were. Which is weird because I've watched LeBron's entire career and I vividly remember this, and this, and this, and this, and every other player.
You know why, bro? It's because LeBron's not a dickhead. Like, some players, that's their brand. Like, Kobe used to shit on teammates, not in a fun way. He used to deadass shit on them. And so did Mike, and so did some of these other players you're calling killers. LeBron is just a good, like, he just doesn't have to do that. So because LeBron's not a dickhead, niggas think he doesn't have a killer instinct. This is not true.
Who stepped out of line, getting walked like a dog by LeBron James. Now, most players across the league know that this line of thinking, that LeBron isn't...
You know how we know he's a killer? Because as soon as Dillon Brooks said what he said in that series, everybody knew. We didn't know how it was going to happen, but LeBron was going to make sure this nigga's career was over, bro. We all knew it was going to happen. We knew it in the moment. We all joked about it, and then it actually fucking happened. We were so certain of it. That's literally what a killer does. Like, you can't try the nigga or you're done. And Dillon Brooks tried it. That nigga's done, bro. Good luck in Shanghai, nigga.
Feared is absolute horseshit. Dillon Brooks is not one of those players. And so, in an attempt to find some sort of value to his team, Dillon Brooks begins his campaign to annoy the hell out of LeBron, disrespecting him in the middle of games, calling him out in interviews, saying he's old, he's washed up. LeBron hadn't earned Dillon's respect yet. Despite Brooks' 5-14 career record against LeBron and the atrocious gap in head-to-head performances, Dillon Brooks was incessant, determined. It got so bad that even Skip Bayless, the LeBron hater, wanted LeBron to shut the kid up.
I seethe over this to the point that I want LeBron to destroy this man. Because
and for you to say that, that's saying something.
It's so out of bounds what he did. It's so uncalled for. It's so beneath the dignity of one LeBron Ramon James that he can destroy this kid if he so chose to do.
And then to top off all the antics, Brooks drove the final nail into the coffin when he said this about LeBron and the Lakers leading into the playoffs.
But I wouldn't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series. The legacy's there. First time back in the playoffs, knock them out right away in the first round.
And that was it.
You know, we don't talk about enough. The media ate this shit up, bro. Media ate this shit up, man. No funny shit, bro. Like, they was dead ass hoping this nigga would do it again. They'd be like, hey, so what'd you think about LeBron having core milk today instead of body armor? Coral milk is for pussies, nigga. That's why he drank coral milk. That nigga LeBron's pussy, bro. He needs some more protein, man, because he's not man enough to really come on. I'm about to defend this nigga crazy next game. Like, they just kept asking him questions, praying he would talk shit. But, dude, they was just praying on this nigga downfall. And like, that's what they're supposed to do at the end of the day. They was giving, he gave some entertaining answers, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Love or hate him, we had a blast watching this nigga get cooked. Oh, there's no ways around it, bruh. It was very, very enjoyable. Highly enjoyable. It made otherwise potentially mid-series highly entertaining to watch. Yo, appreciate the resub, FN. Thank you, man.
Unbeknownst to him, Dillon Brooks had just ended the Grizzlies season. The playoffs hadn't even begun.
Yo, hit it.
And
They
yet
give it a
the
5
outcome
months.
was already determined. The kid flew too close to the sun, and his fate was sealed.
That guy, LeBron James, set the tone and tenor of this game early. 8 quick points on his way to 25, 9 rebounds, and 5 D's.
Okay, so the Lakers get out to a 2-1 lead in the series. That's not the end of the world. You can still come back from that.
The Los Angeles Lakers have the Grizzlies on the brink of elimination. Dillon Brooks picks up James. He wanted James. He gets him. James drives. James is fouled.
Nigga got bullied.
All right.
He got
A
bullied, bro.
historic night for LeBron. Not a good look for old Brooks. He should probably turn it up if he wants to salvage this series.
With the board and put back. He is dominating in the James popped the clutch. Got it to fall. LeBron activated.
Oh my God. In the third quarter?
Slocked up by James. Oh! He rose up. It's not quite winter for LeBron James. The Los Angeles Lakers will advance by virtue of a 125-85 win.
You know, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. So I pride myself on, you know, what I do is defense and taking on any challenge that's on the board.
Of all the outcomes and
Yo, Black
ways
Boy,
this
thank you for the
entire
50
saga could have ended,
months.
Brooks found himself right in the middle of the worst one. Get outplayed every single game? Check. Have a historic night dropped right on your head? Check. Get ejected from a game at the hands of the guy you were trash talking? Check. Get sent home in the first round as the 2 seed by the old guy you went out of your way to disrespect? Check. Must we not forget, this is what Brooks wanted. And it's what he got. But you want to know what's worse than an obscure NBA player trying to be the villain? An obscure NBA player trying to be the villain, but after seeing the mess he's made, decides halfway through a playoff series that he doesn't want to be the villain anymore. Because after getting ejected from Game 3, Dillon Brooks had the audacity to say that we, the fans, are making him out to be the villain.
Media making me a villain, the fans making me a villain, and then that just
I'm not gonna lie, like, sometimes it's a pro, like, I'm like, it can get dumber. And he's an example of, like, how dumb it can actually get. Yo, bro, you said those things, nigga. Niggas didn't twist your words. You said them. There's a reason people don't talk the way you talk. Because to back it up, it requires significant effort. Like, you gotta be a superstar. Like, yo, bro, like, you reached a new level of dumb. You can't put it on everybody else. Even if you believe the fans and the media were to blame, why would you say that? You're turning everyone against you. The players in the league don't like you. Now the fans is gonna be like, fuck this nigga. We didn't do shit. The media is gonna be like, damn, hey, we don't like this nigga even more now. Let's keep asking this nigga some dumbass questions so he can fall for the bait. Like, now nobody, like, who actually is your supporter now? You've thrown everyone under the bus instead of just taking accountability for the shit you said. That's weird, bro.
creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nose.
That's right. It's our fault. It couldn't be the season-long
You pushed the cameraman. Like, you didn't need to. You're just a dickhead, bro.
pest crusade he went on, or the direct trash talk he was doing all season. It's just
Yo,
merely our perception of it.
Lucky, thank you for the
But
prime.
wait, there's more. Because after LeBron went for a historic 20-20 in Game 4 and laid the dagger right on Brooks, the man refused to talk to the media and avoided all questions and interviews after the game. How ironic.
As
You
fuck.
mean, this guy doesn't want to do a post-game interview. But at the end of the day, you take your L and you move on. Dillon Brooks, like countless players before him, learned the hard way that he just isn't that guy. I mean, how much worse could this possibly get?
According to a new report from Shams of The Athletic, the Grizzlies told soon-to-be free agent Dillon Brooks he's not coming back to the team, quote, under any circumstance.
You know how much a team gotta hate you to not bring you back under any circumstance? Like any? They can give $100 million voucher. They can have they can literally get under any circumstance. They don't want to have nothing to do with you, nigga. They could be on a kidney wait list and have a kidney on the way as long as they take Dillon Brooks, and they'd rather go kidneyless. Yo, bro. And you have so many enemies. What team's gonna pick you up, dog? Niggas don't want to deal with that firestorm. You crazy. Niggas poking LeBron James. You think it's gonna make him worse or better? Nigga gave LeBron James game breaker by talking shit. Who would want that nigga on their team? No, deadass though. You're playing against LeBron James. Us as a team, chat. We're playing against LeBron. If one of y'all niggas started talking shit to LeBron, we'd all be looking at you like, hey, stop. We seen what that nigga could do, bro. Fuck is you poking a bear for? You poke a bear, you might get your head fucking bit off, nigga. You insane? And that's for any sports. Poke Peyton Manning, nigga. He's gonna punish you. Don't poke superstars, nigga, unless you're like that.
I take that back. This is literally the worst case of mess around and find out I've ever seen in my life. Now, I've seen players get humiliated, sent home, benched for talking too much. But in all my days, I have never seen a player, a starter in the NBA, get released because he was talking too much trash. Even his own team said, all right, buddy, that's enough out of you. And it's not like Brooks was a bad player, mediocre for sure, but for the Grizzlies to go to this extent to make sure that he never cost them another playoff series again is actually insane. Here's the thing. If you are going to be the bad guy, a pest, the villain, you have to embrace it, and you have to accept what comes with it. Patrick Beverley is about as unapologetic as one man can be. He's insufferable, and he'd have it no other way. Draymond Green is a jerk, an instigator, and he knows it. Trae Young loves being the villain. Dillon Brooks.
Wait, Trae Young is a villain? I thought niggas like Trae Young. Why is Trae Young a villain? What'd he do?
Does not. Because as a wise man once said, everybody acting tough when they're up. Now that LeBron is older,
in
he's
New
slowed
York
down, he gets injured more often, can't jump as high or run as fast. Some players are beginning to think that LeBron is no longer on the do not trash talk list, that the door has opened back up and they can talk smack without consequence. But even in his ancient age, 20 years of mileage, and apparently not being one of the most feared players in the NBA, LeBron still managed to teach Brooks a lesson he'll never forget. Some bears just ain't worth poking.
That's a fact, bro.
Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
That's a great video, Jimmy. I'm pissed they age restricted it. That's tough. It's like the metaphor of poking bears is quite literal. Like it's a literal thing. Like in real life, you're not gonna poke a bear unless you think you can kill it. If you're just a regular nigga, don't poke the bear, bro. You're gonna get killed. And that's what happened. Nigga died.